Furling crane is,
Yeah.
is the base technique for that. Okay.
We rolling already? Yes, we are.
Yes.
Okay.
All right. In response to the video posted by Daniel, this is how we would look at it in American Kempo from my perspective. We got Clark's perspective. Now here's a little bit of Chris's perspective. Let's talk about the attack for a second. As Clark comes in the video, what I saw from the perspective of the camera is one arm was lower than the other. Which his foundation and his structure is already compromised. You already have one shoulder slightly in front of the other, which dictates what I'm going to do. But before we get to that, let's take a basic ideal idea of a two-handed choke. This is a strangulation. He wants to cut either the blood to the brain or the oxygen to the brain. Either way, I'm out. I have to attack the attack, and I can do that several different ways. In American Kempo, we talk about, can you drop one arm? When I want to attack the attack, there's really 4 different ways I can do it. I can attack under, I can attack in, I can attack over, and then over and through. So we have those 4 levels of attack. And so depending on the intent, is Clark going to be straight armed, or is he going to pull me in, or is he going to grab and then push me out? That's the method of intent. What we're not seeing in the original video is we're seeing a zombie choke, which I've never seen a zombie choke before. This is a zombie choke, right? No, there's some intent behind it. So depending on the intent determines the response. So we're going to look at 4 different responses depending upon the intent. So Clark, just use the straight arm one first.
Are you going to be using your right arm mostly?
Yes, we'll switch sides. I agree. I agree.
Probably see it better.
Yeah.
Easier to choke from that angle.
So he's going to be basically straight armed. He's a little bit taller than me. I've got to worry about his height immediately. I've got to attack the attack and modify his height, his width, and his depth, hopefully at the same time. So with this, because his arms are straight, I'm going to go under. We've got several different techniques for this. We've got heavenly ascent. We've got thrusting wedge. We've got destructive twins. I'm going to take the heavenly ascent motion. Now, first thing I need to do, I need to secure my airway in each of these techniques. What I'm going to do is I'm actually going to drop my chin into the thumbs. Notice Clark's already reacting. And I can breathe, I can still talk, I can still breathe. That allows me that quick second. I'm already attacking the attack with my own chin. Now I'm actually going to step in to break his structure. Hands are going to come up. Notice as I come up, his reaction is to go backwards. Doesn't matter if I actually hit him with this, but it's to get the arms off of me. From that point, I'm going to use my left hand and use frictional pull to pull him into the elbow to the sternum, and then I'm going to continue that motion using a human xylophone up to his head. I've got control of his arm, and I can go into whatever I want. It's nice being able to move 6'3" and 250 pounds of meat.
Meat bag. Yeah, right.
Move the meat bag. Hear that, Dr. Dave? He comes in again. Now, instead of being straight armed, he's going to pull me in. This is going to determine my response. Yes, I'm going to clear the airway by ducking my chin into it. But as he pulls me in, I'm going to trap the arms to help prevent him from shoving the thumbs more into my throat. And you saw this horizontal fist to either the iliac crest or to the bladder. And you notice now he's not in a horse stance, and neither am I. I've canceled his height and his depth at the same time while maintaining my posture and my position. Let's go back and do that one more time. This time, as he pulls me in, I'm going to use what we call a chopping punch. I'm going to tap the bladder and pull back because I'm going to use this hand again. As he pulls in, I can come across. Oh, hey, what yellow belt technique did I just do? Mace of aggression.
Called knock the teeth out.
Yeah, knock the teeth out. Now he's going to grab and to push away. almost as though I can imagine maybe there's a wall behind me where he's trying to push me out the door. He's a bouncer in a bar. As he comes in, oof! It was just using a body maneuver that canceled his height, width, and depth at the same time. Let's do that slower so they can actually see it. As he pushes, I'm going with the attack. I'm not trying to resist and cause my own harm. I'm gonna, oh hey, purposeful compliance is a good word for this. As he pushes, all I do is I find a stance, I find my balance. All I'm going to do is begin by rotating. My arm's not even in play yet. All I'm doing is rotating my body, what we call body maneuver, and notice the difference in Clark's body position. He's already put weight on that front foot, he's got weight over that front shoulder, and now I've changed the spinal position. Now all I have to do is add a thrusting inward block, and Clark's on the other side of the garage. So here we saw 4 different methods. Under, to the side, and through in dealing with that front choke. Just remember, whatever the method of intent is the method of response. We'll pause there and we'll come back and talk about